I was talking to a client who sold his company for slightly below 9 million. And he came to me for advice on how to manage all these durian runtuh, the money better going forward. And about how to invest it safely, grow it slow and steady, nothing high risk. And when we are talking, naturally, this property investment comes up. So the question is like, should he buy more properties, go into property investment because never invested in property before? And I asked, what is the end goal of this property investment that you want? Are you really interested in property as an investment because that is your childhood dream? You had always been dreaming as a property investor. My ambition when you write an essay is called I want to be a property investor. Is it that? Or are you looking to acquire property for your homestay, or it's just from investment standpoint? And he replied, it's purely from an investment standpoint. I said, okay, why would you want to convert these liquid assets that you already have in your bank account into something that is not liquid today? And then you wait for 10, 20 years, or God forbid, 30 years, and you have to sell it, hopefully with a profit, and you are converting that into something that is liquid. How would that make sense? And I think this is the concept that a lot of people don't understand. Just because people around you are investing in property, it does not mean it is suitable for you to do, especially when people around you do not have few millions in cash sitting around. If you already have a few millions in liquid cash sitting around, then you are in a very different, better place than most people, or even people who are earning a high income. Because you know what? People invest or buy property today because they do not have a few millions or tens of millions sitting in the bank account. They do not have that, but they do have high income, and that is their strongest leverage that they have. So they are using their high income to pay for the down payment of a property, 10, 20%, or even 30%. Okay. And then their high income can be also used to supplement their mortgage repayments fully or even partially if it's rented out, right? If you already have a few millions in liquid cash sitting around, it really does not make sense. Just try to convince me. Tell me, how does it make sense to buy more property to hopefully generate more liquid cash flow when you have to turn something big amount illiquid, and this illiquid thing is generating you what? A few tens of thousands a year, right? So tell me, how does that really make sense? If you just want to generate 5, 4 even per year return on your assets, there's a lot of better liquid instruments to do that, like bonds, a certain type of funds, and dividend stocks, coupons as well. Property is for people who do not have the money right now, but have high income, so that they build that kind of wealth over time, like a snowball rolling, right? And actually, I would correct myself. Property is not to build wealth over time. It's just to preserve your wealth over time in the next 20, 30 years, which hopefully the property is paid off by then. You could still sell it off in the future. But if your property is like a bungalow, right, or a castle, a mansion that is like today is 3 million. Yes, you can afford to buy it today, right? But for this kind of whatever property that you want to invest in, you have to pay like entirely in cash because it has no more income, right? Can you imagine if you were to want to sell your property off, higher than the price that you bought it for in the future at 4 million or 5 millions, the potential buyers that can buy that property off from you at the price that you are asking for, is that pool of people who can do that is very small compared to the general population. If anyone can buy it off from you, can afford to buy that property from you at 4, 5, or 6 million in the future, these people, trust me, these people also have choices, right? Why would they buy this property from you instead of spending the same amount of money and getting a property in London, in Australia, or even in Singapore? So please do not blindly say that property is the best investment or even a good investment.